Hi everyone, welcome to my channel here. Kim's a little of a lot. How are we all doing today, this evening, whenever you may be coming on by to see Mask Monday? We got a few things in store today for my Mask Monday. I'm going to skip an actual face mask and we're just going to go in with these Wonder Beauty products. This is the Baggage Claim Rose Gold Eye Mask. I absolutely envy these, love them, and I say envy because this is my last pack. I got to get more. And we are also going to go through something I received from Temu. There's one item in here. And we're going to do a little discussion about what today actually is. A reminder for me, as well as many out there, of where we were, let's see, 22 years ago, September 11th of 2001. So, guys, stick around, watch my little intro, and I will be right back. Hi and welcome back. Okay, so I went and put my eye masks on. Now Wonder Beauty, they sell different types. They have the gold ones, and then these I love. These are the rose ones. They do have a bit of a reflection, so my bad if it's blinding anybody. I apologize. But I will try and make this as brief as possible. You leave this on for about 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll do it for like, I'll leave it on for 10 minutes and we'll take them off. And then you pat in the remaining essence. But I do love Wonder eye masks. They are great. Okay, so jumping back to 2001, was, kind of an interesting start, shall I say, because I used to work at a car dealership, and it was a gorgeous day. I remember waking up, getting ready for work. The sky was just crystal blue. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. I remember that because I was even saying how gorgeous of a morning it was. Back then, I used to smoke cigarettes. I didn't quit yet, and it was 10 years later. It's actually when I quit. But anyway, jumping back, so I meet up with the girls usually about 10 minutes before we have to clock into work, and we were just sitting outside smoking. We're just like, oh, today's such a fabulous morning. And we all agreed on that. Well, lo and behold, we didn't know what we were in store for. So now, in my mind, time frames are not there, actual timing of the events of when they took place, but I will just give you a gist of what's going on. I used to work at a car dealership, and I was down in the cashier department area, and you have two bay windows, like small bay windows. You got sliding windows. Why did I say bay? You have a sliding window over here, and then you had one over here. So say I was sitting here and I was, cashing out people, working, with the register and stuff. And I had people both, going at the same time. And somebody says, oh, there's breaking news on TV. And we're like, breaking news. So I listen and I look, and I can actually, where I sit, see out into the waiting room. So I see people watching TV, and they were saying how a small plane had hit the World Trade Center, one of the towers. So, all right, so, I'm keeping an eye and I'm listening, to the news and stuff, and, I'm just doing everything I'm doing. And then I get a call from my boyfriend at the time, one of my ex-boyfriends, and he turns around. He's like, have you seen the news? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I just got into work and everyone's telling me. He's like, what exactly is going on? He didn't really have a TV. So I said, well, a small plane seems to have hit the one of the Trade Center towers. And he was panicking, like going into panic mode, because he was telling me that his parents have a meeting in one of those towers. And at the same time frame, hold on a second, for some reason my alarm is going off. Apologize about that. And long story short, he's like, my parents, they're in one of those buildings right now. They're supposed to be at a meeting. And I was like, oh. Now, as memory serves, I don't think his parents, mom and dad, both worked in the same building. I mean, they worked together in the same building where they work, yeah. But I think the day of, they had a meeting that was supposed to be at the towers. So long story short, He couldn't get a hold of them, so he was panicking. I was panicking, watching TV and all that good stuff. And I don't want to say good, it wasn't good. Watching TV, because I was, not serving any customers at the time. And I keep saying, because this is still so fresh in my mind. It's hard to talk about, especially when, you experience it with your own eyes and you think about what's going on in your head at that time. So I'm watching TV and I'm watching, I believe it was Channel 7 at the time, the news report. And, they got breaking news, obviously, screen, bar screen going across saying what took place. The girl is in the process of reporting the news. And they had like a little picture area, in the background of the live view. And she's just reporting the news. And you see the second plane come in and hit the other building. And you heard the whole news center area at the place go, oh my God, what the heck, other curses, coming out and stuff. And the girl's still reporting. She had no idea what was taking place on the live clip that everybody is watching live, off in half of New York, So she finally gets, to see what's going on. And there was just no words, just total breakdown. The thing was, as panicked as we were, you still have to work. So I was taking care of customers and trying to, listen to the news. And then my boyfriend calls me back, letting me know that he did hear from his parents. And their meeting actually wound up getting moved at the last moment in Brooklyn, I believe it or not. Yeah, it was Brooklyn, because they wound up having to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge that day. Thank goodness they were not where their meeting was originally supposed to be, because it was in one of the towers. I forget whether it was Tower 1 or Tower 2. And it was going to be way up there, way up there. So they would have been in the path of destruction. And, thankfully, things got changed the night before, the meeting wise. So you can just imagine what was going through our heads, as we were trying to, carry on with work, because he's at his job, I'm at my job, and here I am with the TV. So I had to report everything and anything. And then somebody was running down from the sales room saying, the Pentagon just got hit. And we're like, what? So watching that and the Pentagon and this and that. And then we realized, that there was just so much going on, and I still had to work, and it was just scary at the time. Me and my dad, we used to work at the same place. So he kept coming down and hanging down by the window, watching TV. Every chance they had, the salespeople would come down to see what was taking place. And I remember, I will never forget it. We had a nice coffee pot, thing going, and I was just making my coffee. And I was pouring it in, and I was stirring with the stirrer. And I'm watching TV, and I said, oh no, because you saw the little sway. I saw the sway. And then next thing you know, it just started collapsing, one of the towers. And the only thing that was going through my mind when everyone's sitting there saying, oh my gosh, and screaming out, at my dealership in the waiting room, I was silent as a mouse. And all I said is, all those lives that are being lost right now, and all those families that are going to be torn to pieces, I said, is occurring at this moment. And even now, I still get goosebumps, thinking about it and, discussing it. But, it's just was a very hard day to handle. And, when I had to take my lunch break, finally, I remember I had a Pontiac Sunfire years ago. And I was sitting in the car for my lunch break. The first thing I do is put on the radio. And you can hear the choked up in my voice, because, it's hard to discuss, because I know it's all up here, but it's hard to come out talking about it. So I'm trying to do my best. And listening to the radio, and, the president comes on, and he turns around, and gave his speech, about it. And I'm sitting there in the car, listening to it the entire time for my lunch break. It was just a lot to take in. And the crazy thing was, a lot of people throughout the day, when they were picking up their vehicles and cars, they had no idea what was occurring. So, so many people think that the news traveled so fast amongst them, but a lot of people didn't know what took place. And they're like, what do you mean? What? I didn't get to watch the news. What's going on? So they look at the TV and they're like, oh my God. So it's like I had to relive it all over again in my mind. And the fact that the TV kept replaying, the collapse. And I'm just like, once is good enough, just like, talk about it. So it's like hard to see and hard to handle. And yeah, so that's where I was the morning that everything occurred that day. And I still remember like it happened yesterday. It's always going to be fresh in my mind, of what took place that day. And it just goes to show you, how vulnerable that we can be, sometimes with certain things. And it just it reminds you to, treasure each day, because you never know when your time's up, So that's how I go on, living my life. I mean, I know that a couple of my friends and family lost some people that day at the center, but I didn't. But it doesn't matter whether I did or didn't. I mean, the damage was already done. And, just seeing it and having it implanted in your brain, it's just, it's hard to take, And once again, I'm getting all choked up. But that day also showed how we pulled together, like so many people came to New York City's rescue. So many. I mean, they came from the south, they came out from the west, they came down from the north. I mean, there were so many. I mean, the news people, they were reporting the famous actors, and actresses, actors and actresses that, were helping out and helping with food or helping with people or helping with medical, slight emergencies and stuff. And it was just, a lot to take in. And, it wasn't just that day to remember. I mean, because it went on a daily basis for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then turned into months upon months. And, it just like, it got implanted, it's just like, on top of one another, boom, boom, boom. But, we see where we are today. And I know now that, September 11th is now in the history books. They weren't when I was in school, but then that day is definitely now in the history books. And our children and children's children can learn about it now, through history, and besides, what we see on TV and all that good stuff. But, it just makes you remember to just hold your loved ones close and tight the best you can. And, when I leave now, wherever I'm going, doesn't matter if I'm just taking a 5-minute drive or going away for a few days, I always say I love you to whoever it is when I leave, because you know what, you never know. But anyway, it was just a wake-up call that day, realizing that, we try to protect ourselves and stay safe, but, there's still always that there's always that, I don't want to say vulnerability. It's, there's always that chance of something occurring, but we can't, we got to go and live our lives, the way we would want to live them. We don't want to live in fear. And, yeah. So I'm just glad, our country stepped up and we did what we had to do. And, hopefully we never experience any type of catastrophic event like that again. And not just that event, just any event in general, like weather, the crazy earthquakes that have been taking place lately and flooding. We just got to slow it down and, just take everything one day at a time. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Speaking of, okay, we're about 12:40. I'll keep these on for a couple more minutes. But yeah, I hope I made some sense telling that story, because honestly, I was trying not to get my eyes teary, not trying to, get all choked up and stuff. But yeah, if anyone else has anything that they would like to add to that day, that you guys remember or that you experienced, let me know in the comments below if you choose to. You're not forced. You don't have to tell me. I understand that day is very personal to each and every one of us. And some people like to share the story, some people don't. And that is totally fine. We are all happy and safe here on my channel. Just remember that. Okay. So these are definitely drying because I actually feel them starting to tighten. So we'll leave them on for a couple more minutes. In the meantime, I want to jump into this. This is one item, just one item that I got from Temu. I'll leave their website, my description box down below. If anybody wants to check Temu out, they have so much stuff. And now that Halloween's right around the corner, they got so much decoration and costumes and just fun little gadgets that, you know, if you like skeletons and bats and spiders, you know, Temu's the way to go right now with all the deco stuff. I couldn't believe how much deco stuff is out there. I saw something I wanted, but I didn't get it yet. It's just in my shopping cart. But I did get this. So, now I'll admit, yes, I know it holds 1, 2, 3, 6 items, but I didn't realize how big it was until I pulled it out of the box right here. And this is as far as I got so far. It's huge. Can anybody guess what this is? Unfortunately, I don't have any on me at the moment. Actually, I might. Hold on. I actually might around here. I have a habit of losing sunglasses. Sunglasses, reading glasses, even regular glasses sometimes, because I do have 2 pairs of regular glasses. Now, this is the sunglass, you know, a glass holder for your glasses. It can be sunglasses, whatever. And I chose nice brown, because even though I like black with everything, I figured, hey, why not brown? Now, it snaps open. It's got this cute little octagon look to it, which I like. And they do snap. Oh, there's 3 snaps. Okay. This down here is a snap. I thought this was just for show. Okay. And it literally opens up like so. So what we're going to try and do, and I think I actually have some glasses. We'll start with my glasses right here. They're a little filthy, but we'll just put those right there. And I think I have, hold on, I'm about to take some things out over here. I do have glasses. Let me grab some. I leave my sunglasses laying around all over the place. Some of them still have tags on them. But we're going to test this out right now. So I guess this is kind of turning into a tried and true with Temu as well, believe it or not. So let's see. All right, we got a bunch of glasses here. I think we're good. 3, 4, 5 plus the one I have. Okay, we're just going to put these in. You know, I think you just place them in casually. Right? So they're hanging up like so. All right, so let's just do this real quick. Some of these guys still have tags on them because I haven't worn them yet. That's how bad I am. And I want to put the glasses facing down so they don't get scratched. Okay, so they're all in there. So now let's see. How do we close this up? You just... Here we go. Ready? So... I guess you're supposed to do it laying down. Or maybe standing too. I don't know. Let's try laying down here. So it goes into an octagon. And then, okay, closes like that. This one drops down. Okay, so you pretty much feel your way. And there we go. I got 6 pairs of glasses to go with me wherever I need to go. Now, if we open it and drop it down, what's going to happen? This is my fear, right? Here we go. Ready? Oh, yeah. So one did pop out on me just now. So you're not supposed to hang them when you open them. Although that would be cool. But yeah, they're just all in their little case. And you can even, you don't even have to roll this up. You can just hang this on like the back of your door or wherever. And you got all your glasses. So I like this. I'm happy. Now let's take my original ones out, my regular readers, and we'll keep everything else in here nice and closed for now. Not bad. And I think this item was $13, I want to say. I'll find it and I'll leave the link in my description box down below if anybody wants to check it out. But I'm happy with it. Let me know what you guys think. And yes, believe it or not, I only ordered 1 item. Just 1. And that was it. Okay, so we're going to take this on off. Ooh, they do feel warm. Feel rather warm. Okay. There's not much essence to pat in, which is okay, which means it all soaked in. because it was very juicy putting it on. So once again, they were the Wander Rose eye masks. I will also leave a link to if anybody is interested in getting these. So yeah. All right, guys. That's about it for my Mask Monday. Please go and check out all the other awesome ladies that participate in Mask Monday. Remember, it doesn't have to be a full face mask. It can be what I did today, just the eye mask. Or if, say you have a forehead mask, you know, stuff like that. I wouldn't suggest the lip mask because, you know, you might not be able to talk, depending on the type of lip mask you use. But, yeah, that's Kim's little joke for the day. All right. On that note, I hope everyone enjoyed watching my video. Feel free to give this a thumbs up, share it out, like, comment in my description, in the comments down below. And I will see you guys all again soon in my next video. Bye.